Making tomato pickle today. Picking tomatoes. Today I'm making tomato pickle. 2 weeks ago I made one batch and I have couple of cages of tomatoes again from my garden. So I'm making second batch. I'm dry roasting 2 tablespoons of black mustard. I use like 1 tablespoon for 1 kg of tomatoes. We can put more if we want, but I just like less. On low heat we have to roast this. They are popping. That means they are ready. Put them aside. I'm using 2 teaspoons of fenugreek seeds, which are menthulu. Dry roasting them until they are golden brown on low heat. So they are popping. They are ready. Turn the stove off. To make tomato pickle, tomatoes needed to be washed, completely dried, completely wiped with a towel, and let this dry in the sun for about an hour. So that's what I did. Now I'm gonna cut these into pieces and start making. I cut the tomatoes into pieces and remove this part and diced all of them, and they are ready to be cooked. So tomatoes should be red but yet firm. Only firm ones will make the pickle good. Just a little reminder, everything needs to be completely dry. Even 1 drop of water can ruin the pickle. So heat the pan and add about, for 2 kgs, about a half cup of oil. Let this heat completely. To check the oil, drop 1 tomato piece. So it's kind of ready. So add all the tomatoes. I'm using this Indian variety of tomatoes. They are heirloom and they are sour actually. So this needed to be cooked on medium heat for a while. It is cooking nicely. Now I'm adding 2 2 tablespoons of chili powder and 50 grams of tamarind. If tomatoes are not sour, we can add up to 100 grams. But these tomatoes are naturally sour. Put the tamarind and some salt. We can check the salt later, and if we want we can add. So about a tablespoon for now. Mix this. Cook this on medium heat until all the tomatoes are well cooked and all the water is evaporated. In the meantime, these are cooled down. I roasted these mustard seed and fenugreek seeds. I'm gonna make this into powder, blend into powder, and I'm gonna take about 3 big garlic things. I will crush these. So the powder is ready to go. So tomatoes are cooked and ready. Still, it has a little saucy. I will let this cook for 5 more minutes. But we have to constantly mix this. Otherwise it will stick to the bottom of the pot. That ruins the pickle. See. So the sauce is ready. We have to cool this down completely before we make pickle. Turning the stove off and let this cool down for maybe a couple of hours. Pickle always takes almost a day. Tomatoes are completely cooled down, and this is the consistency we have now. And fenugreek and mustard powder is ready, and garlic are crushed and peeled all the skins off. And now the process begins. Now we added the tomato paste with salt, red chili powder. I'm using some Kashmiri chili powder and some garlic and the mustard and fenugreek powder. I'm making few batches because one time this blender can't grind. So put this on and just pulse it few times. Make talimpu for a tomato pickle. For 2 kgs, I took about quarter cup of chana dal, quarter cup of urad dal, and few red chilies. This is optional, and I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of black mustard seed and 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, and hing, about teaspoon of hing, asafoetida, and some curry leaves. Heat the pan. I am using about a cup of oil. I used 1 cup to cook the tomatoes, and now for talimpu I'm using 1 cup of oil. Heat the oil. Check the oil by dropping couple of mustard seeds. Oil is ready, so put the pickle first, and let them cook for about half a minute. Heat should be medium. Now add garlic, and mustard seed, cumin seed, and red chilies, mix them on low heat. Turn the stove to low. low heat until garlic and everything is cooked, until తాలింపు గింజలు are golden brown. It's time to add curry leaves. And hing, about a teaspoon. The more is better, but for 2 kgs I'm using about a teaspoon of it. I used red chili powder, 100 grams of Kashmiri chili powder, because we don't eat that much spicy, like extreme spice, and about 50 grams of hot chili powder. So, and salt, maybe 50 grams I used approximately. Salt we can add later if we want, but all these needed to be done when we are making the pickle. This is almost ready. Almost ready. Now it is time to turn the stove off and let this cook on this heat. This oil is still hot, so let this cook with that hot. So I turn the stove off and let this cook for a minute, and then let this cool down completely before adding to the pickle. Talimpu is completely cooled down. It's time to add this to pickle. And I will mix this and record again. This pickle can stay for 1 whole year if we be careful without putting any wet spoon. And in general in our house, we eat this with dosa, idli, rice, uttapam, and even my daughter uses for spread on the piece of bread, toast. So this is it. So tomato pickle is ready.